There's some big news that just came out. NetEase over in China filed a lawsuit against Blizzard Entertainment for $43.5 million. And we'll just go ahead and talk about what this is actually about. Apparently, Blizzard backed out of offering their service and their IP over in China. There was a disagreement with their licensing partner over there. As you guys may know or may not know, the Chinese government has very onerous rules about what companies they actually allow into China. For example, Facebook isn't in China. A lot of the different social media companies aren't in China. And if you want to do business in China, a lot of times a majority share of the company needs to be owned by Chinese, or the foreign company needs to license their IP. So it seems like that's kind of what was going on here. And it creates this environment where Blizzard didn't need NetEase. NetEase was just there sucking off of Blizzard's teeth, honestly. But it was required essentially by the Chinese government for them to work with a licensed partner like this in order for them to sell their products over there in China. And Blizzard just got sick of it. That's what ended up happening. So we'll talk about what this lawsuit is about, why they're suing, and what the amount, how they got to this amount. Blizzard took a bunch of subscription fees for various games. Then NetEase shut everything down in January and gave out refunds. Now NetEase wants Blizzard to pay them back for those fees, but what is the incentive for Blizzard to even do this? It's not likely that China will ever let Blizzard back into the Chinese market. And that's exactly it. I mean, if they've pulled out of China, if they don't have their bank accounts in China, if they don't have any assets in China, NetEase can sue them for all they want, but the Chinese government can't reach over into American banks and take Blizzard's assets out of the U.S. or from any other country that they don't have sovereignty over. So NetEase might not ever be able to recover these funds. And do I feel bad for NetEase? Not really, because they didn't really earn the fees. They didn't really earn the money that they received in the first place. I mean, Blizzard kind of handled everything, including the transactions and everything else. So, you know, it's really interesting to see how NetEase has gone so negative on Blizzard, yet Blizzard was essentially just handing them money for nothing. In my opinion, that's my opinion. Okay, everything in this video is my opinion. I don't want to get in trouble, just so you know. So, why would Blizzard be responsible for the refunds? As per the arrangement, were they basically leasing out publishing and IP rights to NetEase in China? NetEase refunded the subscription fees their customers paid to Blizzard after the service was ended. So, you know, NetEase, even though the money was paid out to Blizzard, and Blizzard left the country, NetEase was still on the hook to provide these refunds to these customers that prepaid for games or something like that, who never received the product that they purchased. So it makes sense that NetEase is a little bit upset about this, but they also received money that they probably weren't deserving of, in my opinion. Yeah, so it sounds like Blizzard might not ever be back in China, or if they go back in China, it might be through some subsidiary company, something that's actually branched off from Blizzard, because they might owe different fees. Unless something substantially changes in the Chinese market, we might not see some of these big players ever return. And, honestly, China has Tencent, one of the biggest companies on the planet, who also makes games and movies and other types of entertainment. So, I don't see China feeling like they are motivated to allow competition into their marketplace with their local Chinese game developers. And at the same time, too, Blizzard apparently had they have a different agenda about what type of content they think is okay for their gamers to experience, or what they think their gamers want and what they want to push out to their gamers. And apparently the Chinese wanted a lot more control than what Blizzard was really happy with, supposedly. So interesting to see. What's interesting about this, I've always thought, I used to actually be part of a computer game startup way back in the day, probably like 20 years ago, even more than that, 25 years ago. And when you're a small company, you have a lot more control, and it's a smaller environment, so you don't have a lot of these larger issues to deal with. I know Blizzard is going through some other lawsuits right now, and man, I imagine the people that started this company were just thinking like, we want to make games. We want to make games that people enjoy. And next thing you know, they gain massive success, and now it's just like everybody wants to reach in their pockets, right? Anyways, if you like content about Blizzard, about Diablo 4, about what's going on in the gaming industry, go ahead and like and subscribe. I do like to go live. I usually don't do these really long streams. What I try and do is I try and find interesting topics that I can talk about, cover, that are very concise. Go live for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. Talk about the one specific piece of news that I find, and that way it's like you're not with me as I browse through this maze of information that gets slammed on us every single day. So if you like that type of content, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.